Okay, take three. Welcome back. This is John Eric with DMV Made Easy. Today or in this video, we're going to talk about security screws. So I've been in this business about 15 years, registering vehicles. And during that time, I've processed thousands of stolen plate applications. So it happens quite a bit. It's happened to my customers many, many times. And until it happened to me, it didn't really occur to me that I should do something about this. I had my own plate stolen. When that happened, I had a security screw on there. Security screw was called a Torx with a pin in the center, and doesn't matter that you know or don't know what that is, but it's something that I picked up at AutoZone. You can get them at pretty much Home Depot, AutoZone, Lowe's, any place locally, wherever you're at, you can buy those. And unfortunately, you can buy the tool there as well. So my plates really weren't that secure because that security screw was available anywhere, which means the tool is available to criminals as well. So once I got my own plate stolen, I started doing some investigating to find out, hey, why do people steal plates? And, you'll hear through some of the other staff, some of the stories from our customers as well as from the internet, things that have happened as a result of people getting their plates stolen. I'll just give you a couple of quick examples. Number one, I read a story in Florida. I'll make this really, really short if I can. A gentleman, not a gentleman, a criminal, was going out to commit a crime. Before he commits all of his crimes, he goes and steals a set of plates every time. That way his plate number doesn't get recorded if he's caught on video somewhere, which is pretty likely here in America nowadays. So he steals plates from somebody in his own neighborhood on a similar vehicle, puts them on his vehicle. On his way to commit the crime, he calls his girlfriend. They get in an argument. He goes to her house and shoots her and kills her. This all happens within a couple-mile radius. As he's leaving her house, completely out of his mind, he gets cut off on the freeway. He's still got his gun in his hand, and he ends up shooting the person in front of him through his windshield. Boom, 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 shoots right through his windshield and gets him. That car swerves off the road. Cars start honking. Nobody really knows what's going on. So other people are honking, so he starts shooting at everybody. Well, obviously the guy just shot his girlfriend. He's completely lost his mind, and he's a career criminal anyway. So he ends up getting off the freeway and getting away before the cops show up. However, the cops got 50 phone calls that said, hey, this red Chevy truck, plate number so-and-so, has just shot a bunch of people on the freeway. Go get him. Here's his plate number. So the cops run the plate number and realize that plate number is registered to a red Chevy truck in that same area. So they send the SWAT team over there. See, the plates are missing from the vehicle. They assume that it's the guy, and he's trying to hide. He has no garage, so he just pulls the plate off the truck is what they assume. Now, what they don't know is the guy who's inside the house is not the guy who just shot all these people on the freeway and shot his girlfriend. It's some guy who's sitting in his house innocent, doing nothing at all other than getting his license plate stolen. Well, when you're accused of killing a lot of people, the regular cops don't show up. The SWAT team shows up. So the SWAT team shows up. They knock all the doors down. And what they don't realize until it's too late is this guy has been a Navy SEAL for 27 years, and he carries a gun everywhere he goes. Now, what's the reaction of a Navy SEAL who carries a gun even in his own house? When somebody knocks down his doors, front and back at the same time? Well, he pulls his gun. So the cops have no reason to assume it's not the guy that just shot everybody, so they shoot him 55 times and kill him. Well, obviously it was a case of mistaken identity because he had had his plate stolen. So that's the very worst case scenario that I've heard of. There may be worse stories, I don't know. Obviously it could just be an inconvenience. The cops call it a pre-crime or a gateway crime to get your plate stolen. So let me give you an example of that. Here in Las Vegas, we got about 400,000 people unemployed. Many of them have been on unemployment for years. It's run out. Their friends, their family have loaned them all they're able to loan them, and they're desperate now. Well, maybe they don't, and they've never committed a crime in their life. But now they're faced with this, hey, I don't have food, I don't have anything, I got to go steal something. So a brand new criminal probably isn't going to have the courage to go steal a car so he can commit the crime. So he's probably going to take his own car and probably smart enough to go steal plates off of a similar vehicle and switch them out before he goes, knowing that his plates will definitely be on video somewhere. So he goes and snatches plates off of your car, let's say, and puts them on his, goes and commits his first crime, gets away with it, except for the fact that surveillance got the plate number. Well, where are the cops going to go? They're going to go wherever that plate number leads them to, which of course isn't the criminal, it's the person who got their plate stolen. Now that can be explained away in most cases, and it might just wind up being inconvenient to go make a trip to the DMV. or you might not realize it for days or weeks or months that your plates have been stolen until you get pulled over and the cops want to know where your plates are. And then of course they find out, wow, now that we know your plate number because we got your registration, your car's been caught on camera running red lights and whatever, but it wasn't you the whole time. It was somebody else who's riding around in your plate. So that's enough about why it's important to have security screws on your plates, because your plates are as important as your driver's license when it comes to your identity. Here's the really cool thing. Some people don't immediately say, yes, I'd like to buy security screws, because they don't really understand what they are or what the need for them is if they've never had their plates stolen. Now, hundreds of people get their plates stolen every day in Las Vegas, and tens of thousands get their plates stolen daily in America. And here's the really funny part, or something interesting I found out, is about 80% of cars that are stolen are never recovered, and they say it's because the plate was removed from the vehicle, which made it nearly impossible to find. Well, if you got your car stolen, wouldn't it be nice to know the plates would be on there for the police to identify your vehicle? If you have regular screws on your car, it's going to take a crook about 1 second to pop those plates off and take another stolen plate and put it on your car. Now they've got your car with somebody else's plate driving around for who knows how long. And as a result, a lot of cars, thousands, tens of thousands every year, never get recovered because somebody just dropped the plate off and it's a common looking vehicle and that's it. There's no reason for the cops to pull somebody over and see if it's a stolen car or not. So if you have security screws on your car, you're definitely going to have your plates on your car if it gets stolen. And some people say, well, I've never had my plates stolen, so I don't think I need them. Well, do you have health insurance or auto insurance? Well, of course. They pay hundreds of dollars a month for these things. Some people pay thousands a month for these insurances. And I said, well, do you use them every day? Well, no, of course not. The goal is to never use that insurance. Well, here's the thing. A security screw on your license plate is basically insurance is what it is. Depending on, what type of screw it is and how many you need on your car, the fee from us could range anywhere from $5 to just get one screw on the back plate up to, $60 or $70 if you need 8 screws and you want them polished and the fancy ones. So I'm not going to get into how I found the screws that we have. I will just tell you that the screws we have are very unique. They're not offered, actually our main screw is not really offered anywhere. You can't find the screw or the tool. We have those specially ordered just for us. So I'm going to show you the 2 different types of screws we sell. I'm going to talk to you about how to size them. And before I go into that, I'm going to just talk to you about how to sell them. Offer every single person that you come in contact with, whether you're at work, whether you're off work, whatever, talk to people about them. It's very, very important. Think about the guy who got shot because he was just an innocent guy that got his plate stolen. So knowing things like that makes me very passionate to let people know, hey, you got to have these things, and it's only a few dollars, so don't worry about it. So I'm going to talk to you about the 2 main types of screws we sell. The first one is called a Phillips. And this one's got a pin in the center, and that pin is what makes it very unique. This one's a coarse thread. This is a number 14 by 3/4. We'll talk about that in a minute. That's a polished one. And I'm going to show you the difference between the Phillips that's polished and the one that's not polished. So you can tell which one's shiny and which one's not by this one's the standard and this is the polished. Now people with really nice cars or they're kind of neat freaks, they're definitely going to want the polished ones, so always make sure you upgrade them to polished. It's an extra $5 for 2, an extra $10 for 4, and so forth and so on. You'll get a price sheet. And the other style screw we sell is called a spanner, or it's called the deuce. It's got 2 holes in it. These are primarily used in prisons. You can get the tool for this in some places. It's not very easy to find the tool for that, but this tool can be had, and there's other ways to get around using the actual tool that comes with this. So this is what we consider a medium security screw, and then this is what we consider a high security screw, the Phillips, because basically you can't get them anywhere. So those are our 2 main screws we sell. We will be coming out with our own screw style shortly. We'll talk more about that in another video, but I want to talk to you about the difference in threads. So something is, if the hole that you're taking the old screw out of is in plastic, it's going to take this coarse thread. That's called a sheet metal screw. If it comes out of metal, it's going to have a fine thread like this. So that's the way to identify the 2 different thread types of screws. Now as far as the size goes, that's pretty simple. You can literally take the old screw, if there is one, and line it up with the new screw and see if those threads interlock. If they don't, you've got the wrong thread size. So this isn't going to be a complete lesson in screw threads and things like that. This is just a basic how to sell the security screws, why you need them, and it's very, very important. This is a big part of our business, so make sure you learn how to sell security screws and make sure all your customers get them. Take care. See you in the next video.